talk to you a little bit about this hat. Yeah. See, every week we pass it around for the featured performer. But I'm not going to keep the money. The money's going to go to the Yellow Door. But I've noticed that, you know, when I pass the hat and I give a whole story about why the performer needs this money, we get a lot more money. So I'm going to give you a story about why you need to give a lot of money on my night. Okay, because I have an identical twin sister. I know that sounds a little odd. She said she was going to be here tonight. And since we share a common birthday, I'm playing on the Friday before that birthday as featured performer, and she's playing next week on the Friday that follows that. Now let me tell you, her name is Alexandra, sometimes called Sasha. Alexandra, Sasha, sometimes called Sasha K, sometimes called Alexandra Kalamanova. It's very confusing because she has multiple identities. Now, here's how this came about. In 1949, on March 11th, 1949, the two of us were born to the same family, to the same parents, in a small house in rural Soviet Union, in the Nerenberczyk family. Now, Mr. Nerenberczyk was a brilliant, brilliant scientist, and he had invented a way to travel at sublight speed, just below the speed of light. And he decided, just like Jor-El in Superman, to put his children, his newborn twins, into rocket ships and send them careening around the universe at the speed just the teeniest bit below the speed of light. And one was going clockwise and one was going counterclockwise around the universe. He fired the rockets. The one I was in went up and came down a few miles away. The one Alexandra was in went up and traveled around the universe for, I don't know, 50 years, something like that, at just below the speed of light. And it came back and it landed right where it was supposed to, right near the Nerenberczyk home. Now, it so happened that the Soviet government got wind of this right away, and they knew this was happening, and they had sent the KGB to seize Mr. Nerenberczyk and get this technology. But Mr. Nerenberczyk got wind of that before they could get there, and he ran away and disappeared. The whole family disappeared, and he never wrote anything down. So the secrets lie in his head. No one knows what happened to him. But when my rocket ship landed, they had to do something with me. So they sent me to Canada, to some distant relatives who had originally been Nerenberczyks in Russia in the 1800s, who had come to Canada and become Nerenbergs. And so I was raised by the Nerenbergs, and I never knew any better. But Alexandra, when she landed, they went to bring her back to the Nerenberczyk house, and of course there was another family living there now, the Kalamanovs. They gave her to them. And why is she a woman and I'm a man? Because I went clockwise and she went counterclockwise around the universe. And when you go counterclockwise, something happens to your genes. Or maybe it was my genes, but whatever. Either I grew an extra X piece on my chromosome and got an extra X, or she lost an arm on her chromosome and she got a Y. One way or the other, somehow our genes got scrambled and she came back a young girl, a baby, in fact, and I came back a baby boy, and that's how this came to be. But now here's the thing: I'm going to pass the hat for me this week. Money's going to go to the Yellow Door. But Alexandra is not here, and we're going to pass the hat for her next week. But I'm mad at her that she's not here tonight. So I want to see if I can get more money in the hat that I pass tonight than Alexandra will get next week. And so that's my sob story as to why you have to give a lot of money to the hat tonight. And the way we do it is we start it in that corner.